Howdy, everybody. My name is Joe Hills. I'm one of the creators of Pitfalls and Penguins, along with Art Frederick, Chris Stanford, and Brian Burke, who are not joining me today. Instead, I'm joined by the infinitely more handsome and equally strong PauseUnpause, the equally dexterous and quick-witted Aureylian. I'm running out of things to say, but Guude is horribly honest, and so I'm sure he'll call me out on it if I say something dumb about him. And Moarrgan's here too, who is an up-and-coming YouTuber. She is just getting started, but she's already doing great. You might have seen her in my Portal video. And all of us here today were at PlayOnCon, and this group selected as their name. Ori, would you like to say it, or somebody else?
What?
Do you guys even remember? Okay.
I don't remember what it was now. Pause picked it.
Pause came up with it. It was a Pock Pack?
It was the Rat Pock.
The Rat Pock. I wasn't there when this name was chosen, so you called me out, and I have no idea what we were talking about.
It was in the Skype. It was in the Skype.
It was in the
In
Skype.
the chat.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Ori.
I was just smiling uncomfortably in my stream, and I was like, what?
Okay, so, Rat Pock, here's the basic idea. You've been hired by the Indian Napoleon government to explore and inventory one of the properties owned by the centuries-old mad scientist Dr. Watson, now deceased. Now, you've heard about this guy on the news. He was believed to have been killed in a suspicious lab explosion by one of his genetically modified creations as an act of vengeance. But it was discovered after the fact that he was actually alive, and because the cops caught him trying to jailbreak the lead suspect in his own murder in order to continue his experiments. And so he was killed in a police standoff. At this point, all of his properties and front companies and everything like that he's set up over the essentially centuries of trying to keep himself alive through artificial means and all this other stuff, all these little pieces of real estate all over the planet are being found to contain secret laboratories that he has set up. And so people need to inventory these laboratories for the government so that way they can figure out, like, what sorts of stuff he's been hoarding, like scientific advancements and things like that. Does that make sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I feel like this is perfect because I'm a cataloger, so I feel like I'm going to have an advantage. I don't know.
Well, you're all going
We're
to
on an adventure. We're on an adventure to find a secret laboratory, and I'm a cataloger.
Well,
Hell to the yeah.
Yeah, that's going to help, but honestly, you guys all have your advantages. So I'm going to do a little bit about the this particular laboratory, kind of finish the mission briefing, and then you guys will introduce your characters. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay, so 2 teams have been sent by the government already that were internal government teams to check out this location, and both were killed and never heard from again. So at that point, the government decided it might be cheaper to just start kind of contracting this out. And so they hired the Cowardly Penguin Squad to go check it out, who has survived, but only by going down the elevator and then coming back up and being like, yeah, I don't know, looks scary, whatever. So you have been subcontracted by the Cowardly Penguin Squad to actually go ahead and fully explore this whole thing. Now, you guys know that the government is willing to pay the Cowardly Penguin Squad, and by extension you, a premium if you can bring back the rings, or at least 1 or 2 of the pieces of jewelry worn by the first 2 teams. There were like 3 people in each of those teams, so you guys have 4 people. They figure, yeah, that'll be great, and I mean, they're expendable, whatever. So if you can bring back any proof that they actually did die down there to give their families closure, that would be a bonus. But primarily, your objective is to figure out what is down in this laboratory. Now, this property is ostensibly a go-kart track that is built into a mountain and down like an elevator like 15 stories. So, it's probably not really a go-kart track at this point. But that's what it's listed on in all the property filings and all that. So, okay, if you guys would like to introduce yourselves and what you bring to the team for the benefit of the audience, I'm going to start first with Aureylian.
Okay, what am I supposed to say about my character?
Yeah, say the name of your character and what you do, or like a little bit about you.
Well, my character's name is Aureylian.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah,
Original.
it's easy to remember. I have super original. And she is an elf cataloger.
Mm-hmm.
She's super smart, and I don't know what else.
Okay.
I've never played one of these games before, so though I have my character, I have no idea what like I'm supposed to say. Oh, I have a short bow, a whip, and a short sword, and I'm wearing studded leather.
Studded leather. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Pause,
There.
unpause.
Is that helpful?
That's very helpful. And
Okay,
what are you
good.
playing as, Pause?
I am playing as PauseUnpause. I'm a shape-shifting robot who is androgynous, and I am also asexual. I also weigh quite a bit at 500 pounds, and I'm 24.24 years old and 6'4".
Pause, what
And
do you
obviously male.
transform into as a transforming robot?
A deep fryer.
Excellent.
What do you fry in your deep fryer?
People. And I can
Oh.
also craft dinner as well,
Good.
just because I'm super Canadian.
Good.
Okay, so next up, Moarrgan, what are you playing as?
So I am a expert swordsman orc named Shawnee. I am the youngest of 5. I have 4 older brothers, and I think I'm really, really smart. But when I didn't get into college, because I'm actually really stupid, my parents kicked me out of the house.
Your
So,
orc
that's where I
parents
am now.
kicked you out of the house for not going to college. They must be
Yep.
surprisingly progressive. And finally, we have Guude. Guude, tell us about you.
My character name is Guude because I'm really original.
Okay.
I am a rabbit mage that specializes in crafting little drink umbrellas, and my weapon is umbrella darts.
And what is your magical specialization? What school of magic?
I'm a water mage.
Excellent. And how would you describe your rabbit's personality?
He's kind of liberal. He doesn't really care a lot.
He's liberal.
Yeah,
You should start carrying.
He's laid back, I think.
yeah, he's laid back.
Okay. And so we are ready to begin. All of you guys get in the elevator and descend 15 floors down, down, down into the mountain. If you can see my screen share in here, you can see
Yes.
the first area that you encounter. And I'm just going to kind of have you guys kind of... You're just standing in the elevator at this point. But you see robots of 3 traffic cops in the room. And you notice that the walls are painted with murals of all sorts of dramatic 1980s style, like theme park type stuff. Like there's a haunted house and a volcano with a pterodactyl flying past it, and a bunch of like ocean stuff that kind of segues into the volcano thing kind of bizarrely in the painting, because clearly a painter was kind of freaked out by being 15 floors underground and maybe getting claustrophobic. And also some stuff that looks like a mad scientist lab, and the haunted house has spooky ghosts painted on it. So that's just generally the first few things you observe in the room. Do you guys want to go ahead and everybody go ahead and roll a d20 and give me an awareness check? And you'll add awareness from the skills section, that little total there, to your roll.
Oh, I got a 2.
Okay? 2 plus what, Ori?
2 plus what?
What is your awareness skill in that column on the right of your character sheet?
I don't have a number there.
Okay, you didn't put any skill points into awareness. You're going to be excellent at finding traps. Okay, so Aureylian notices pretty much everything I just said, but not much else.
I just rolled
Okay.
a 3.
Okay,
Yeah, suck.
same thing for pause. Morgan and Guude?
I have a 2.
I rolled it. Well, I'm glad I rolled a 13, and my awareness number is a 7. So maybe I'll see something in my little tiny rabbit eyes and ears.
Excellent. So, Guude, you notice that... Oops. You notice that the walkway over here on what would be your left coming out is labeled exit only. And you also notice that the 3 policeman robots, they look like traffic cops. And one of them, the first one, the one nearest you, has his hand up as if to say stop. The second one is holding his hand flat, parallel to the ground. And the third one is holding his hand out.
Now, are these real people, or are they like...
They're like animatronic, like traffic cops. They're mounted on poles. These little brown things here are kind of just barriers so that people can queue up. This is the entrance of the area.
They're not.
They're not like real. They're like cameras, basically.
No, they're like animatronic puppet, the torso and arms and heads of.
Are they self-aware?
I don't know. You guys are still kind of hanging out in the elevator.
Oh, well,
So-
can I
Dude's
top?
like super into the storyline.
Well, that's good. That's the point.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of. I mean, what? I don't know. I'm trying to imagine what these things are, and that says
I mean,
exit
if
Bonnie.
they're small animatronics and Pause weighs 500 pounds, can you just like Hulk smash them?
Well,
I
do you want to Hulk
They
smash?
haven't
Why not?
Finally,
Yeah, let's
yet.
try to do that.
I-
Do you guys want to leave the elevator?
Oh, got
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Okay, let's leave the elevator.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
walk out of the elevator.
So
But
do
I-
you want to walk
No.
toward the traffic cop?
Yeah.
No.
More from our position outside the elevator.
I'm sorry. I
You
was
can't
just
see that
enjoying
much
the
else.
elevator tunes.
Can we see? Can we tell anything else about these guys? Are they friendly? Are they self-aware?
They have smiles painted on them.
Smiles.
That means
Are
they're
they-
not friendly. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
You don't know that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say howdy.
Okay. Moarrgan goes ahead and approaches the first traffic cop here, and it looks at her, kind of pivoting, like chunk, 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 chunk. It's like ratcheting as it pivots, and a little bit of sparks are kind of coming out. And he says, I am the first of the 3 traffic police. It's my job to direct you to enter here.
Don't do
Don't
it.
do it, Morgan.
Don't do it.
Come on, guys. Follow me. Let's go enter.
I don't.
No. No.
No.
What, you just stand out there all day?
No, we're
these
gonna go the other
American-
way. If he tells me to go one way, I'm going the opposite way.
Are these American
There's only
police?
one way to go.
Well, he is mounted on the pole, so I don't know if he's a Canadian royal, but he's definitely a mounted policeman.
Are these American police though?
No, he just said they're probably Canadian.
He said they're Canadian.
No. Just because they're mounted on a pole, they have to be mounted on a horse to be Canadian.
Don't you?
Does
get
it matter? They're
Yes.
Swedish. They're Swedish.
Oh,
So now they're Swedish.
Okay, so
What you
Morgan,
doing?
what do you want to do?
I want to follow his directions.
Okay,
Come
so
on, guys. follow
Morgan
me.
starts moving forward, and nothing seems to happen. The policeman just kind of returns to the state he was before.
Okay.
And
Alright.
so Morgan's now at this little corner. Are you guys want to do anything?
I'll follow behind someone. I'm not getting. I won't be in the front. I'm a tiny little rabbit.
I'm staying in the way back.
Okay.
Yeah, just put me
Oh,
behind.
great,
one.
great. Make me sandwich between you two.
Well, I was going to
Fine.
say, Aureylian, technically as a cataloger, you're supposed to have the best trap finding and whatnot.
Oh, okay. I'll be the I'll go ahead of Morgan. I will be one step ahead of her.
Okay, so Morgan lets Aureylian pass her, and you guys pass without incident until you get to this second robot who is holding up his hand flat, parallel to the ground, palm down, and he says,
Like that.
I am the second of the 2 traffic cops. You must be at least this tall to ride the go-karts.
I'm not that tall. I don't think.
You're a rabbit. Oh no.
Rabbit.
How tall?
Not.
What does your sheet say?
I don't have a height, but
Yeah,
the average
his height
is
would be
normal.
like a foot, like in length.
Aww.
So
Can he not ride it?
Put me in.
I'll
someone's pocket.
hold you. I'll hold you.
okay.
I'm gonna hold him.
So let's see. So pause, Morgan. Everybody else, you want to go ahead while Guude is carried by Ori?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys pass without incident, and the traffic cop reminds Guude, remember, if you're below this height, you must wait in the bleachers. You mayn't ride the carts.
No, you're riding, dude. I'm taking you hostage.
Tell him
Okay.
I'm a seeing eye rabbit.
Seeing eye rabbit, because apparently my awareness is so awful. I need a seeing eye
Exactly.
rabbit.
Yep.
And
She could not catalog without me.
the third traffic cop robot kind of sparks a little bit and ratchets toward you with his hand out and says, please give me $5 to proceed.
I don't have $5. I used all my
I do.
money to buy
have
my
no
studded
money.
leather.
I have some money.
How much money
You
do
do?
you have, Guude?
I have $140. I didn't spend
I have
any money
20.
because I can't carry anything.
Dude, we can combine ours to make $140.
Well, you only need
$3.
20 to get in.
Between the three of us, we have exactly $140.
Okay, so you guys, I'm gonna assume you pay him and pass safely through here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you
paid
guys
it? Pitfalls.
continue. Do you want to go through the entrance door at the end of the hallway here?
I don't.
Yes.
Do we see anything?
Seeing iRabbit, what do you think?
I don't. Can we see anything? Is there anything in there that we can see?
The
from
door
outside?
is made of Detroit steel, which is super sturdy, and there's no glass or anything on it. It's the kind of door that could probably survive an explosion.
Can we peek in, or is it just like open only
Okay.
one way?
You go ahead and you open the door. It's not locked or anything, but it's pretty sturdy. And you peek in and you see
Oh no.
a whole opening part of a go-kart course.
I
And
love go-karts.
you see, you're kind of looking, you're peering kind of through some bleachers, and you see some sort of red, hot stuff over in the far area, and
Don't go there.
kind of a little bit of water or something over here. And,
Is Guude supposed to be waiting on the bleachers?
well, Guude is currently kind of peeking out the door. So,
Oh, got it. Okay.
Okay, do you guys...
It seems safe. We can go in. Do you want to check for traps, Ori?
Yes. Let's check for traps.
Okay, so Ori is going to go out here and go ahead and roll me an awareness check, Ori.
Is that the D20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, D20. And...
I got a 5.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Your awareness is terrible.
It's this pink dice. I don't know. Apparently the glitter is not helping me.
Okay, so Ori sees 0 traps.
Oh, I see 0 traps.
You see 0 traps.
Well,
But what's
wait, that doesn't mean there's not any though. The roll like that.
Can I roll again? Can I check again and roll
Well,
again?
you don't necessarily know that you rolled a 5, if that makes any sense.
I feel like maybe I should do this again and just do one more clean sweep through the room.
Okay, so you're going to make a clean sweep through the room. You come out
Again.
to here,
Okay.
and everybody else is kind of, I'm going to assume, hiding behind the bleachers over here at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ori, go ahead and roll another awareness check.
Okay. It's gonna be good. I'm shaking it a lot.
Okay, well,
Okay,
roll the
ready?
die.
We're gonna.
15! I got a 15!
Okay, so, Ori, you notice
Okay.
that
Yeah.
there are some arrow traps on the bleachers on either side of the exit door here.
Okay.
So I'm going to zoom in on that for you. There are these little boxes here and here.
Oh, I'm supposed to be, wait, am I supposed to be adding, oh, I don't have any modifiers on my awareness check.
Yeah,
That's right. Okay.
unfortunately. So,
Okay.
yeah, you notice 2 arrow traps here and here. They both
Okay.
have a little kind of a clip of arrows that'll feed through them, although
Okay.
there's only 2 arrows left in each of them.
Can we take the arrows?
So that's 4. Seeing iRabbit wants to take the arrows.
You could try to disarm the traps, but they are parallel to each other. So I'm going to assume everybody else is coming out to join Ori since Guude is talking to her.
Yeah. Just keep
Yeah.
me behind somebody.
Okay.
I'm staying behind. I don't trust this place. Please scare me.
You are the biggest, let me just point out, you are the scaredest robot I have ever heard of.
He's a
You're
rabbit.
500 pounds,
wings
like
too.
6 feet tall. You can turn into a deep fryer that eats people, and you won't walk up to a thing that's got 4 dinky arrows in it?
I say I like to kill people? No. It's there for protection.
Oh, pause.
Wait. Okay, so is the so we look at the arrow trap. Is it something that's like set off by motion? Can we tell?
It looks like there's a motion detector on each of them. Now, each one is mounted halfway up, kind of into the grid work of the scaffolding of the bleachers, and they're kind of pointed nearly at each other, but not exactly, so they don't hit each other.
Right.
Well,
I
the
can-
rabbit could go underneath them, and he won't get hit. So could the rabbit go underneath them and disarm them from the other side?
Well, I mean, you could probably disarm them from either side. They're not particularly well concealed.
I could
Okay.
I could craft tiny.
I have
whip
my whip. I have my whip. Can I whip them down?
Okay, so do you want to crack your whip at one of them?
Yeah, I do. That's what I want to do.
Okay, go ahead and let's see. We're gonna handle this like an attack roll. So let's see. Go ahead and add your base attack modifier. Well, actually, let's handle this like a disarm attempt. You're gonna try and rip the arrows out of the trap. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your uncommon attack total.
Oh, great. That's a -1.
Oh.
So fantastic. Fantastic. I'm no strength. I'm all intelligence.
Well,
Shut your mouth.
What'd you
I got
do?
an 18.
Okay.
So that means that I have a 17.
so you manage to rip the arrows out of this one, both arrows in one whipping, and the motion sets off the other trap, which immediately fires 2 arrows just kind of harmlessly past you, and they embed themselves in the wall, like near the entrance.
We just did awesome, guys. We
Okay.
just died. We haven't died yet. Huzzah!
And
We can't die in this game, though.
well, you can get knocked out and stuff. Bad things can happen. Okay, so all of a sudden you hear kind of a put 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 splash 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 noise. So if you guys want to roll, well, actually, Okay, so you guys hear a put 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 splash 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 noise, and 2 little robot, or not robots, go-karts. Got robots on the brain now. 2 little go-karts. I'm gonna make them red so they're easy to see. Kind of peel out up this little incline here out of the water, and they start yelling something excitedly to themselves and try and make a quick turnaround and head back out. And so if you guys want to roll a quick awareness check, everybody go ahead and roll me awareness.
I got a 16.
I got an 8.
Oh no, I have a +7 to that too. So
Okay.
My seeing eye rabbit is phenomenal.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
Morgan and
I have 7.
Pause. 7.
I got a 12.
Okay, so you notice that the okay, let's see. Aureylian, you had such a poor roll. You notice that there's little go-karts that seem to be driving without people in them. And Morgan, you notice the same thing. But you smell something, maybe something like, I don't know, brisket or I don't know, some sort of steak or something. Pause.
Why does it smell like steak?
Pause. You hear them. You hear that the go-karts, in addition to the puttering noises, you hear that they're making some sort of sounds that might almost be words, like maybe carts or blarts. Maybe they're talking about that Paul Blart Gladiator movie excitedly. You can't tell, but Guude, you can tell that the carts are actually muttering to themselves excitedly the word parts over and over again. And you also notice that the smell seems to be that of elven and orcish flesh, and you additionally notice that built into the cart were human eyes and human hands, just kind of with tendons where there would normally be belts.
oh man.
And the carts
Is this
begin
like a
speeding back.
Cylon? Is this like a Cylon go-kart?
I don't know what a Cylon is.
Like the Cylon ships in Never mind.
No.
Battlestar Galactica.
God, Joe. Just
Okay.
keep going.
Okay.
Really, Joe?
Morgan, you got it. You got it, right, Morgan?
Really?
Yeah, I got it.
So, what do you guys want to do?
I'm not
Leave.
getting in it. It
I want
smells
to
like
ride the cart.
Okay.
I can't ride the cart. It's like it's half
into it.
human,
They are
half
pulling
robot.
away as you argue.
I'm a shapeshifter. I can just deep fry them. I'm going to deep fry them. I want that. No.
And you can no longer see them, but you hear them puttering and splashing through the water. And this black thing is actually a full wall here, so it's just assumed that you heard them around there. But
Okay.
okay. So what would you guys like to do?
Leave. All right.
Go that way.
You brought
Should
us in
probably
here.
follow them.
So do we know what the hot stuff is? On the right
Do
there?
you want to go examine it?
Sure.
Yeah, examine
Okay.
it, but not
Yeah.
get in it.
Yes. You guys come over here, and you notice that there's kind of a decline in the track, which is this little V-shaped wavy thing here. And then beyond that, it seems to be some sort of chemical that mimics lava. You can tell that it's super hot, and it smells acrid, And so, let's see, who would know the most about this? If anybody, I guess it would probably be Guude. You have knowledge toxins. Would you like to give me a knowledge toxin roll?
Is that a D20?
Yeah, D20.
A 5 plus 4, so a 9.
Okay, you can tell that this is probably toxic and deadly, but you don't know anything else about it.
Okay.
Probably
We should
or
avoid
it
this
did.
stuff.
He's pretty well from his knowledge of toxins. He's like, yeah, this is definitely toxic and deadly, but he doesn't necessarily know much more than the common sense. Hey, this is bad. We don't want this.
We should step away.
Okay.
I'm
So,
stepping away.
You guys all step
Hop away.
Okay.
There's a cat.
Yeah, I'd like to deep fry that cat.
So, what do you guys want to do then?
I don't know. Is there any way as a
Was
deep
there
fryer if I could test how toxic it is?
Was-
Like maybe we
Was
could
there-
test some like we could throw some chicken in there, see how fast it dissolves or something.
Yeah, pause. You have
Was it-
you have some chicken with you. So if you want to go ahead and
Where
that
did he get chicken?
because he's a deep fryer, he carries it with him.
Yeah.
To make
I can craft dinner and I can also
Sound-
craft chicken.
yeah.
Sounds legit.
So, okay, you go ahead and you throw a chicken in there, and it catches fire above the surface of the lava, and then just as it sinks in, just almost evaporates.
It's Canadian bacon.
Terrifying.
I suggest we make Aureylian put her toe in. Maybe the chicken was just bad chicken.
No, I want to go
Bad
back.
chicken.
I'm gonna push you in it while you're not looking.
You probably
Can-
don't want to do
Can
that.
we go behind the area where there were the arrows? Is there a door right there? What is that like purple thing? Is that a door?
That's the exit door.
Yeah, that's the
That's
door back
exit.
out to
So
the
we
exit
have to
only
go.
lane.
We have to go through one of these directions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then why would we go? Can
we
seeing eye rabbit
check the water?
go examine the water? Yeah.
Okay, you guys come
All right.
over here to the water, and now Mr. Guude is also a water mage, so
Oh yeah.
go ahead and add 1 for your water mage level to your knowledge toxicology skill, and give me a check on how toxic this is.
Oh, I rolled a 20. So plus 5.
Awesome.
5.
Okay, you absolutely can just tell that this water is not it's not unsafe. It is safe to walk in, but you can also tell that there are traces of little bacteria, some mold, possibly bits of like rubber or copper, just tiny particulate matter, but nothing that would be dangerous to anybody.
No glass or needles.
Well, glass
We
is
gotta make sure.
glass is inert, and so he wouldn't be able to tell if there was glass in it from toxicology check.
I have some spells. Maybe they would help. Can I read them?
Why don't you just pick the one that you want to cast and then roll the knowledge magic roll?
Well, I don't know which one would help. I have one that's called Dig and one that's called Vine Ladder. Is that going to help us get out right now?
Well, the water, okay, Guude,
And then I have one called Bless Water. Can I bless this water?
you could if you really wanted to, but I was going to say the water here is kind of like, you can tell that there's kind of some floating like mossy stuff in it or whatever.
Okay.
But it's not anything, but it's only like maybe 3 to 4 inches deep.
Oh, it's not very deep at all.
Yeah, you could
Well, if your
easily,
ankle gets infected, I mean, it's not like we're swallowing it.
yeah,
I say we wade through it. Because I have Cure, too, so I could just cure everybody.
okay.
Will somebody carry me? I don't want to get my fur
I'll
wet.
carry you. No, I'll carry you.
Okay,
Sting
so
Eye Rabbit.
Guude is riding on top of Ori's shoulder again, and everybody wants to go in,
Aw.
I'm assuming?
Smuggle buddy. Okay.
Okay, so as you round this corner here, I will show you guys what you see. So that is